So now the split. This is the tier 8 of the new Pan-European gunboat build destroyers. HE only. You've got 140 millimeter guns. Okay. I really struggled with the split at first, and to me it was more. I felt like she was kind of very sluggish with her handling, but her numbers are nice. It just felt that way. Have you felt that way with the split SAT?
So, I think she feels sluggish just because of her size. She's a pretty big ship, so
Mm-hmm.
even with average maneuverability, she's easy to hit.
Right.
And that is a huge problem because if you're easy to hit and you have only like 20,000 HP, cruisers are going to have a field day.
Right. All right, so let's take a look at your build. You have main armaments mod 1, engine boost, aiming systems, propulsion, and concealment. Now, your propulsion, it's like a short duration but high burst speed. So running the propulsion module helps with that, extends it longer. You do have radar as well. It's only a 10-second radar, so it's really only useful for quick little spotty, but that's about it. Um, okay. I think it's fine. I wouldn't change it. Is this a
Or,
standard? Sorry, go
yeah,
ahead.
it's a standard captain.
Okay. What were you gonna say?
For most people, they're not going to keep split, so just run the standard engine protection instead.
Yeah, this one. So, right. I mean, if you really like the split, you can absolutely either put the engine boost or the radar module on. But then keep in mind, you might have to spend doubloons to demount it later. So it's tier 8. You're probably not going to keep it, or at the very least, you're going to want that good stuff to move higher up to the 9 and 10. So, yeah, I get
Just
the idea there.
just keep it for snowflakes without actually playing it.
Correct. All right, so you said this is a standard captain, right?
Standard.
All right. Incoming fire alert, last stand, superintendent, gun range, concealment, adrenaline rush, survivability. This is a 20 pointer. Where are you going to put the last point? I'm guessing
Uh,
liquidator?
gun feeder.
Really? Okay, why gun
For the
feeder?
walls. Huh? For trolls.
Why not preventive?
That's the serious answer.
What?
So,
Actually,
Okay, why not
actually,
preventive first over incoming fire alert?
so this is more of my preference. The ship is
okay.
so easy to hit. You really want everything. Incoming fire alert just helps dodge.
Yep. Yep. That's very true. And this is a joke, by the way, because you can only fire HE shells, so gun feeder's a waste. So preventive maintenance or liquidator is probably where you'd want to go after this.
Actually, probably not preventive maintenance. I would actually take the turret traverse. Her turret traverse is not very good, so you
Yeah,
bet
I
it's
was
best to
thinking
offset.
that too.
Okay. 18 seconds. Take
18
this.
seconds isn't
15.7.
good. Yeah, and when you get to tier 9
It's
and tier 10,
workable, but it doesn't feel good. The
Yeah.
18 seconds.
Okay. All right.
it only gets worse at higher tiers, so definitely I would take it by then.
Sure. Otherwise, I think this is a fine build. I don't think there's anything necessarily wrong with it.
Is the
And
superintendent for the speed boost and the smokes?
Yeah, you really like the ship doesn't do well outside of smoke, so it's
Mhm.
important to have as many as possible.
Right. Right. And then you've got anti-dets, fire extinguishing, both fire and flood, smoke, and then speed, and then consumables. Pretty much everything I would want to run on a ship like this. So let's take a look at your battle now, huh?
Yeah, I didn't like the ship either. It felt weird to me.
I wasn't a huge fan of it, but I grounded out during concealed maneuvers, so whatever.
I actually find it to be pretty nice. Its gunfire power is pretty good.
Okay.
It has everything you want except for maneuverability, and that's just because the ship is easy to hit.
I'd
She
rather
isn't.
play a Kiev, to be honest. Like even a smoke Kiev, like I would rather have a smoke Kiev than this.
I would agree.
I can definitely understand. I would honestly take the split over that just because of that 10-second radar. It gives you that anti-destroyer slight edge on killing destroyers.
Okay. Now, with Concealment Expert, your detection is 6.9 kilometer, and your radar reaches out to 9. So as soon as you get detected, you pop your radar. You could have chosen not to run concealment on this ship, correct? And still
That is
stealth
correct.
radared?
That is correct.
So what's the decision making for Concealment Expert?
So, Concealment Expert still lets you get closer to hit ships. My aim is utter crap, so I compensate by getting closer.
Especially with torpedoes. Got it.
Yeah, it's like if you get spotted at like I don't know what the exact concealment is, let's say 8.5, or if you get spotted at 8.5 and you pop your radar there, depending on what ship you spot there at 8.5, you might not hit it.
hmm Even at about 7.5, it's very hard to hit anything. I hit the enemy destroyers with 10 seconds. If you radar on cooldown, you probably won't have guns ready, so that also hurts it a lot.
Yeah, you gotta
Interesting
turn the
decision
gun.
to open up here on the Benson.
He is solo and he's yellowing, so I figured I can easily gun him down.
All
Yeah, I
right.
like this. Like, what's he gonna do? If he smokes up, you can
Well,
just use your radar.
So there's a
But it
Kutuzov
seems that-
backing him up. You might actually want to smoke here just so you don't get wrecked by the Kutuzov. That's my only concern.
Yeah, I thought about it, but I can use speed boost if he starts focusing me.
All right.
I like not smoking here because as soon as the Benson dies, I was about to say you're probably dark, but you're not because
Right.
of the second destroyer. But then
Right.
you can still smoke now.
You're about to beach, so now is a great time to pop your smoke. You don't? Okay.
Nope. I have this ability to just bounce off of islands.
Engine boost activated. Torpedoes
All right. Well, you were gonna slow down until those torpedoes showed up. So, time to run.
I would definitely understand if people try to use a smoke here, but I try to conserve all my smokes for farming, so that's why I held
Okay.
off.
So, let's look at the matchmaking. This is a tier 9 battle, so you are middle tier. Actually, it's not that bad. There's one carrier and one sub. Could be a lot worse.
I considered it pretty good. So, Missouri could have been an issue due to her radar. Seattle could have been an issue as well, but thankfully they went to the other
They're
side.
both at A, yeah.
Lexington is also an issue, but once again, I didn't have to worry about her just yet.
So, your Georgia is just yellowing a lightning.
Sure is the Georgia that's yellowing or the lightning?
Yeah, yeah. Who is YOLOing who here?
So, it felt like it was the Georgia until the lightning slowed down and completely whiffed every single freaking torpedo. Wow.
That is why you don't quite mind people.
Smoke screen set.
Wow.
It almost feels like the lightning. Oh, there's a lone battleship I can YOLO, and then, oh no, it's a Georgia with secondaries. Panic, and then everything went wrong from there.
Engine boost
That's how
deactivated.
it
And
felt.
engine boost too. So I like your use of radar here since the moss went into your smoke.
It's unfortunate, but I have 3 other radars, and the destroyer threat is not significant, so I was like, just pop it.
Now you did get a torpedo hit with the flood. It looks like he did not DCP the flood, so he's on 2 fires and a flood. Why?
I have super heal. It's not a problem.
Ah. So you figure the Duncan figures he's got super heal, so he doesn't care. It's not healing.
And
I think
Yeah.
he's one of those people that refuses to use consumables because that just makes them better. Also, that's a waste of torp sample. I would have just kept the shooting with the guns at that point.
just in case, because he could pop at the last second for some reason, but I guess he's one of those anti-DCP users.
Right. Right. Okay.
There's a lot of YOLO going on your side. First the
Mhm.
Benson, then the Lightning, now the
Mhm.
Vincent.
I mean, whatever.
Like, okay, they want to just YOLO.
Your premium matchmaking is also paying off. Just saying.
Give me a matchmaking, huh?
Yeah, I expected Kutuzov to turn away from here, but then doesn't. Like, oh, I forgot to turn off premium matchmaking.
Nice fire on him, either way. You're still, you're down on caps. You're up on points. Up on ships
Ah.
a lot. So I think you're okay.
Yeah, this is the ideal situation. Down on caps, the enemy can actually, I can farm the entire enemy.
All stations.
Right, exactly.
The PR farming special.
Yes! He's gonna beach.
This
There it is.
Yep, I thought he might have cleared the rock, but he didn't.
Nope.
You should really let him come close and get in the cap so you can farm some cap resets too.
Ah.
I would have, but the problem is Carnot is there. He's afraid of him.
Hmm. That's true. He is there, isn't he?
Yeah, I also wish I had AP here because Kutuzov is starting to show a little side. If I was a Kiev or a Lafanta, then AP in this side would do more damage here.
Right. But you're not, so you're just gonna keep shooting HE.
It's one of the biggest downsides of this line.
Mm-hmm. Alright, well, all of a sudden, you just lost 3 ships. But, you just gained 2, so...
Engine boost activated.
Guess it works out.
Average NA game.
Yeah, so I like how your salmon says you need to cap A. No, you don't. Cap B and hold them at A. But by saying we need to cap A, look at your Cleveland and Bismarck just going in.
Someone said we must cap A. Alright, we go cap A.
That's right. That's right. Exactly. Oof.
Oh,
This
and
is
I
like
also
a
popped
complete lack of understanding how the map goes and how the game is developing. When you hear
Mhm.
someone in that position say cap A.
So I also pop speed boost because you get 4 and then 5
Mhm.
with superintendent. So I have quite a bit to waste here. I need to get into position quick as possible. So just pop
Mhm.
it.
I mean, there's that little safe spot you're looking at, and then there's the safe-ish spot that you're going to. Both are fine at this point. It's just a Lexington, Seattle, and Jervis. What are you afraid of?
hmm I was thinking about beaching here if our team didn't do so well, but then the enemy team randomly exploded again. So I was like, I need kills.
But your Cleveland and Bismarck are dead at A. So they are going to be getting it. And then you just got detected. There's
Yes,
the Jervis.
I did this on purpose.
Ah.
The ship is on fire.
Okay, what was your reasoning behind doing this on purpose, sir?
Alright, so this is effectively a 1v1. Split will dominate the Jervis in a 1v1, and he doesn't know I'm coming, so if I charge straight at him, I can save my radar and then kick him out.
Engine
Okay.
boost deactivated.
You see, I only use it once he smokes.
Problem solved. sir.
Yeah, the Seattle was a little bit too far away to be a real threat, so for all
was.
intents and purposes, this was a 1v1.
Historical Hemlin, thank you for the follow. Make sure you type !ticket in the chat
Smoke
there.
screen set.
Still, you didn't kill the Jervis. That's unfortunate.
Really unfortunate indeed.
Never mind, you burned him
I mean,
out. Okay.
I was about to say he's on fire.
Fletcher is going to cap the B cap for you, so that actually makes it a lot easier for you, doesn't it?
Yep. Let him get the EXP. I will take the PR.
Mm-hmm. Look at you, ready to shoot, but you're just holding it. You could actually shoot. I mean, Seattle shells are very floaty.
I'm surprised you're not shooting here. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
I'm waiting for my speed boost to come back up. This thing cannot dodge very well, and even a Seattle can do pretty significant damage at this range. It's only when the torpedoes come in, I'm like, okay, he's gonna be distracted, or he's gonna eat all my torps.
And
Enemy cruiser
he eats your
foundered.
torps. Okay.
And shoots me anyways.
And hit you with one. Okay.
Problem
Yeah.
solved, sir.
That's the problem with the
Engine
split.
boost activated.
Even though I timed that one perfectly, I still take 2K on the return salvo.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's a large part of why a lot of people don't like it. It's
Yeah,
so easy to hit.
it
Okay.
eats a lot of damage.
Mm-hmm.
If it was any other destroyer in that position, I would have opened fire when I crossed the T of that Seattle. But for
And that-
split, I didn't.
And I think, like, personal, like, you obviously can't comment, but I think that's gonna be a problem that the Lucian, the new dockyard chip that's coming, is also having. It's gonna eat a lot of damage by getting shot at. Just based on my experience with a new Strashim before.
Okay.
Uh,
Lex gets
yeah,
a drop on you.
Not much I can do against carriers, but thankfully the CV has his planes hovering over, so I don't take a second drop.
He's also just sitting still, so nice job there, paying him off.
Yes, I paid Wargaming to break his engines. He's not allowed to move.
Our victory is in sight.
But yeah, the lack of AP is really just unfortunate here. Otherwise, I could have done a little bit more damage to Lexington.
Agreed.
Remember
it's gonna
my
hurt you a
Erland
bit.
game where the Saipan randomly started to maneuver and you said, oh, he got spotted, so obviously he's gonna maneuver. Yeah, not this carrier here.
I mean,
Nope.
normally when you're taking shells, you get the, you know, alarms and everything, and it tells you that you're being shot at, you're detected and all that, but clearly that Lex does not care. So, okay.
I'm an airfield, and I will continue to be an airfield.
Until I die.
And dying he did.
And die he did. Alright, so let's take a look at your in-battle screens. Not too shabby. Looks like you weren't using any boosters, unfortunately. You came in first.
13,000 is some boosters. Probably green ones?
It's the green ones. I actually didn't mind grinding the split, so I didn't use any of the blues.
I
Okay.
played mine mostly in brawls, I think. I played 2 random battles and that was enough for me.
Well, either way, not too shabby of a game. Let's take a look at your replay render here. I don't know that there's too much to talk about. Couple of somewhat risky early plays, but it worked out in your favor.
It's really just a decision making here at the start to not use the smoke here.
Right.
And I think a lot comes down to experience in gunboat destroyers and comfort level with the ship.
Right.
I
Right.
agree with you there. If someone smoked at that rock, I would have completely understood. But
Yep.
for me, I'm very good at dodging in general, and so I want to save my smokes for farming. In this case, it paid off since that Duncan came by, and I could use my smoke there.
Right.
instead of burning one, just protecting myself.
So, okay, so how are we gonna title this replay here?
I mainly sent this in to just demonstrate the capabilities of the split. She has potential, but some of her weaknesses does hold her back, and it shows a couple of times, like lack of AP, easy to hit.
Right. Split image. Okay.
Yeah, it personally I don't like it, but in general I think it's just a case of I would rather be in X
Mm-hmm.
instead of this. Not that it's particularly a bad ship,
Mhm.
but what it gets, like essentially it just has a radar, right? That's what it gets. Otherwise you could just be playing a Kiev, you could be playing a Fantastic slash Terrible, and you get a similar playstyle experience.
So it just doesn't feel special to you versus other lines of ships, right?
I would say the Smoke Kiev is your most direct comparison. And
It definitely is.
in many ways, Kiev is actually better.
Agreed.
She's much faster. Yeah, she's much faster. 7.0 concealment is about the same. And you can also use heal if that's your preferred playstyle. The only reason it takes split is oh, and Kiev also gets AP for some juicy broadsides.
Uh-huh.
Split's
And it
only
has a secondary battery as well.
More range too. I'm not sure about the DPM, but definitely more range.
The ballistics are
Kiev
more comfortable.
ballistics are about the same. Kiev also gets AP as well, which balances out Split's slightly higher HE DPM.
Mhm.
So mainly the only reason to take Split is for that 10-second radar.
It's
Okay.
also, if you want to chase something down, the Kiev is much better because of the turret layout itself.
If I was a Kiev, I could get 4 guns onto that carrier comfortably. For Split, I was only able to get 3.
Right.
And even with the third, you have to
Wait.
struggle a little bit in angle.
Yeah, so yeah, if you're Kiev, you've got the 2 twin turrets at the front. And you've got the 1 turret in the rear, the 1 twin.
So yeah, to summarize, Split is the only advantage Split has over Kiev is just that radar. If
Mhm.
you're able to use it effectively there, then it's definitely well worth the trouble. Otherwise, Kiev is generally better.
Sure. Okay. Well, thanks for sending the replay in. I mean, kind of showcases the strengths and the weaknesses of the destroyer line. So, cool. Also, I still can't believe that that Georgia survived the destroyer rush, but whatever. It is what it is.
I just researched the flight times of Split and Kiev's HE, and until like 10 10 kilometers and further, Split has the advantage. Under that, they're both equal.
Oh, really? Interesting.